Hello and welcome back to another Star Citizen video, and oh boy, we have some nice lineup for Ship Showdown 2954. The community has spoken. We have our top, or not say top, we have our 16 ships. And truth to be told, some of the ships I'm surprised it was picked. Some of the ships, yeah, your regular contender, and some ships like, yes, you know what? I love to see it, and I do hope it wins. I'm biased, right? There's only one or two ships on the list right now that I can say I'm super biased. All right, so before we begin, what's better than the event for the annual event of Ship Showdown 2954? It is play Star Citizen for free. And what's better than playing Star Citizen for free? You get the discounted starter pack. Nice. And wow, they changed. I just realized now we have a standard starter pack and we have a premium. This is marketing gimmick 101, as I will say straight up. All right. The C8X is not a good pick for a starter ship. All right, straight up, I'm gonna say it. Okay, Mustang is, for the price tag, mainly it's for the price tag. So I would just say the Mustang is the best pick. It is the cheapest, and it has always been $40.50 in general. The premium, okay, so the only premium ships that I can recommend, there's only one, two. The other one is a little bit too expensive for a lot of people out there, so that's why I would say only one premium when it ever pops up. It is the Avenger Titan, and that's it. Okay, either you get the Aurora MR or the Mustang, which is the cheapest, right, $40.50, or if you want to go a little bit more premium, then the Avenger Titan. Yeah, and then the other one will be the Nomad. Nomad will be much more expensive, straight up. So in this case, for people who are on the fence, that's why spend as least as you can, enjoy the game. And then if you enjoy the game, if you want to, help out the funding of Star Citizen, the disclaimer right here, right now, a PSA is Star Citizen has raised up a lot of money. So for those naysayers out there, right, scam citizens, sayers, okay, so the easiest one I can recommend, just get a starter pack. Okay, the rest is fluff. And what I mean fluff is like, look at all the ships that we'll be seeing. Okay, so before we go to this segment, we're gonna go for the Ship Showdown side. That's where we get the list, and we got the top 16 ships that the community has voted to be in Ship Showdown. And let's start off with the first category, which is, did I say anything? No, they don't say it here, so it's here. So we look at the freighter division. However, being said, the freighter division is a whole completely new ship list that I do not expect it. Okay, so we have the C1 Spirit and the Mercury Star Runner. I think I picked the Hercules and was it Caterpillar? No, Hall. The Hall series. Yeah, I do want the Hall series to be up there competing, but I'm surprised none of the big ships appear. So it is a good pick. C1 Spirit is a solid daily driver pick, in my opinion. If you want something a bit bigger than a starter ship, but you do not want to be heavily combat focused, no, actually, I take it back. C1 Spirit is kind of it's not really combat focus, or it can do some pew. Personally, I would say the Cutlass Black is a much better pick, but the C1 Spirit is technically a better pick if you want to do everything else non-combat. Yeah, that's the reason why I say it's a it's not a combat ship, right? But it can do a little bit of PvE missions, so it's totally fine. Yeah, so that's great. The Mercury Star Runner, however, it is a great ship, but its DPS is lackluster when you compare to C1 Spirit. That's one of the reasons why, and it is more expensive. So yeah, I'm surprised with this two pick. Road Warrior Division, all right, this one is straight up, I would say kind of expected. Ursa Medivac, I did predict that to be on it, or rather I picked the Ursa Medivac. The STV is actually a surprise to be up here. Okay, but I think the STV is a good pick as well. I think I picked the Storm. Yeah, so basically one military vehicle and then one Ursa is kind of an all-purpose vehicle, but Ursa Medivac is a much better vehicle. It is actually the only ground vehicle that I can say, if you really, 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 really want to spend that money, sure. Yeah, but I still prefer, if you want to spend real money, get ships instead rather than ground vehicles. Next up, we have the Pathfinder Division. This one, I am surprised. We have the 890 jump. I know I did put the Karak here, but we don't see the Karak, so boo. The 600i Explorer makes its second appearance for Ship Showdown. Cool. That's very cool. Unfortunately, the Pathfinder, I put the Terrapin on it, but guess what? The Terrapin did appear under the Underdog Division. Surprisingly, I'm happy. And what is better than that? You got the Gladiator. Now, the Gladiator is one of those combat ships that is neither here nor there. And you know what? I think this is a very, very solid pick for the Underdog category. The question is, would it get into top 4? I don't know. I don't think so, because it's going to fight off with the Terrapin. So I would say probably Terrapin will advance to top 8. No, to round 2. Yeah, to round 2. Yeah, unfortunately, Gladiator will get knocked out. Next up, we have the Speed Demon Division, and this is kind of predicted already, the Fury LX, although I did say the Fury in general. And of course, my boy, if you want to fly fast, the Origin M50 is the best, and I won't say the best pick, it is my best recommendation. Out of all the ships out there right now, the M50 is still one of the best in my opinion. Sure, the Fury flies faster, much more nimble, but the M50 has a quantum jump and is the cheapest among the best quote unquote racing category. All right, so other ships that are better than the M50 is like the 350R, faster top speed, agility not so great. The Razor series, we have decent top speed, and then we have decent, actually kind of slightly have an edge to the M50, but it is much more expensive. That's the reason why I say the M50 is much better. And the M50 is much more ship, right? Versus the Razor series. The Razor series is a nice ship design, but I think if it's much more ship, the M50 is my pick. Next up, we have the Heavy Duty Division. Now, the Heavy Duty Division, I did say there's only a handful. So we have the Reclaimer, made its second I think it's second? Either second or third, right? Same goes the Vulture, which I'm a little bit sad because I really want the Prospector to be up there. Yeah, so if I were to swap, probably Reclaimer for the Prospector. But either how, I'm good with this. I'm good with this list. Yeah, that's for sure. Next up, we have the Alien. Now, the Alien is a little bit tough because there's not many decent alien ship for general use. So in this case, we have the Suilan, which is the starter alien ship. That's a good pick. I did not come across this ship when I want to put in my pick because I put other ship instead. And yeah, solid. This is a very solid pick. Next up, we have a Defender, which is kind of a staple ship per se when it comes to alien that I think it's, you know, decent. And I know I dropped the Defender for the Car 2 All instead. So I'm a little bit sad I don't get to see the Car 2 All. Yeah, you want to get more variety in it. And unfortunately, this is the list that we have. So Alien is just a little bit lackluster, in my opinion, with the sea of ships that are available. There are one or two alien ships that is hard to recommend, like the Vandul Blade, that is way too expensive, in my opinion. But it would be interesting when the Vandul Blade does pop up. Okay. Personally, I rather have the Glaive, but I know the Glaive is going to be much more expensive, so I think that's cool enough. So Suilan, you know what? Suilan, I'll pick the Suilan. Next up, or rather the last category, the Run and Gun Division, we have the F8C Lightning and the F7C Hornet Mark II. And those two ships is kind of the ships that I would pick straight up. I know one of the main reasons why F7C Hornet Mark II is up there is because it's the newest combat ship out there. And it's the one that is, I would say, obtainable, easily obtainable. Right? You put in a little bit of effort, you can obtain in game. Price-wise, it's still cheaper than the F8C Lightning. However, being said, the F8C Lightning is the best in terms of stats and everything. It is the best combat ship to date. Problem: to get F8C Lightning, it's a little bit convoluted. You need to perform a few activities before you can get it, and I'm not so sure if you can get it now because you need a golden ticket and stuff like that. So it is a little bit rough. That's the reason why I did not put it into the list, which I actually picked. Yeah, you really need to get access into you need to get access before you can buy, and one of it is actually not one of it. The only way to get it right now is to play the game, and I don't know if the event is gonna be repeated. That is the sad part. I can't get it. if I get another chance to get it, I will try to get it. Okay. And to top it off, the F8C Lightning is expensive. Very, very expensive for a combat ship. I think it's no. Yeah, actually, it is the most expensive human, again, air quote, ship that you can get. And that's that. Yeah, that's that. Wow. What a list. What a list. All right, so before we go, or rather we end the video, let's look at all the ships available that you can fly for free. And of course, it is the 16 ships that I mentioned or that was picked. 600i Explorer, the 890 Jump, the C1 Spirit, the Defender, the F7C Hornet, the F8C Lightning. All right, if you are curious, you fly the Lightning and you tell me whether it's a good ship or a terrible ship, okay? And of course, it marks itself as the ultimate superiority fighter. Base loadout for the F8C Lightning, it feels oomph, but if you customize your F8C Lightning, I can tell you it is one of the best, it is the best combat ship out there. Fury LX, we have the Gladiator, and of course, do try out the M50. It is wild. It is kind of like Fury, although Fury is technically M50 on steroids. That's how I put it. Okay, the M50 is I love this ship. I love this ship. All right, there's Mercury Star Runner, the Reclaimer. If you want to have some scale, all right, 890 Jump and the Reclaimer. Love those two ships. All right, Vehicle Swaylen. All right, that's a nice ship. Unfortunately, Alien is going to be expensive. Next up, the Terrapin. Now, the Terrapin, it's one of those unique, odd ships in the game that I love, but at the same time, it is just that function. Yep, it is technically a pathfinding ship. It is an exploration ship. Problem is, we don't have any exploration mechanic or game or mini game in the game right now. So the Terrapin is technically just a ship, which is rough. Because the Terrapin, I actually want to know which is better for its size. Terrapin versus the Carrack. All right, we have two sides of something, because the Terrapin, if I can fit the Terrapin in the Polaris, this ship is gonna be awesome. Next up, we have the Ursa Medivac. All right, you can spawn in it, respawn. That's one of the best ship that I love. Not best ship. One of the only ground vehicle that I can recommend if you really want to spend with real money. But then again, buy ships, all right? Buy flyable ships, right? So last but not least, the Vulture. It is a salvaging ship. The Vulture and the Reclaimer is a salvaging ship, and the Reclaimer, unfortunately, they did have to change a little bit game mechanic in order to make it more playable. It doesn't have the claw anymore, which is, I'm partially sad, but then again, I would say do whatever it takes to make the Reclaimer playable. Okay, so now the Reclaimer is playable, which is great. Now the next part is Terrapin. Make the Terrapin playable. That's all. And that's it. That's the end of the video. Now, before I end the video, I was gonna pick my top 4, and this is kind of a bit of bias pick, right? A little bit. So the top 4 that I want to see, not that not that I will predict, but I think I can predict a little bit. Number 1, I'm gonna put the F8C Lightning because it is the best fighter ship out there. The problem is, if I need to obtain this ship if it gets a skin, okay? I really do. Next up, Suilan Defender, I'm gonna put aside first. Reclaimer Voucher, I actually would like to put the Reclaimer, but the Reclaimer has a skin already, so it is not a priority pick. M50, yes sir. Terrapin, yes sir. So we have 3 ships already. Now the last ship, this is a little bit interesting because usually I would like to put some ship that is like way off the ballpark where everyone will, like, how put it this way, it's like a troll ship. No, the true underdog ship, like the Argo Cargo, the meme pick. All right, yes, the meme pick. So we have the Argo Cargo already, right? Champion, which is great. So the last one between 2 ships, right? If I were to pick, actually I would pick the 890 Jump. I will pick the 890 Jump as the meme ship because it's gonna be a sight to behold when 890 Jump wins. Champion, okay? But I think if I were to choose champion, it's in between the Terrapin and the M. Oh no, it's tough. Okay, M50. If I'm not mistaken, M50 will versus Lightning. Ooh, this is very, very tough. Okay. Okay, you know what? Champion, Terrapin, straight up. All right, because the Terrapin is a very cute ship, and I do love it. The problem is the exploration is not in the game at the moment, so it's a bit hard to recommend. But if you flew the Terrapin, you just go into the game, fly the Terrapin, look at its shape. It is cool. It's cool. I do love it. I do love it. And yeah. As much as I love the M50 and the F8C Lightning, F8C Lightning probably can go into finals along with Terrapin. Or by Terrapin 890 Jump. Anyway, I think that will be my pick. Okay, 890 Jump, Terrapin, M50, and the F8C Lightning. Wow, 2 ships are very expensive to obtain, so I don't know how it's gonna fly, because the next best pick other than the 890 Jump would be the Ursa Medivac. Yeah, you know what? Ursa Medivac. Okay. That's it. All right, that's all I have for you for today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and help this channel grow. Until then, I will see you guys in the next Star Citizen video, and we're gonna cover round to round rather than, yeah. So round 1, this is round 1 video. Round 2, we will see who advances, and then we move on to semifinals, finals, and then champion. Probably I'll just save it for anniversary sale. Okay, maybe. But I'm curious who would win, right? That's all I have for you. All right, don't forget, free fly. Play the game for free. Enjoy the game. If you feel like, if you're on the fence for Star Citizen, just buy a starter pack and nothing else. You don't need everything. You don't need the rest. Okay, that's all. Until then, I will see you in the verse, and fly safe. M50. Yeah, it's been in between M50 and the Terrapin. Oh my goodness, but solid pick. Solid pick.